Hello everyone, Brian here with another Maya tutorial on how to build your character. If you've been following along, then you are at the same point I am right now, where your character has had the additional geometry replaced in his arm. So we've got additional geometry around the elbow and around the wrist, additional geometry around the knee as well as the ankle, and additional geometry in the head. At this stage, we're ready to begin to rig this character. He's ready to have his joint system and hierarchy put in. I've decided to break this up into 3 smaller videos and release all the videos on the same day. I've actually done this video several times now, and each time I've done it, it's been about 30 minutes long, and no one's going to watch a 30-minute video on how to rig. So, in this video, I'm going to concentrate on building the joints and creating the IK system. Okay? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to work in wireframe mode, and we're going to work in the panel's orthographic side view. So to create a joint, very simply make sure you're in the animation menu, click this little triangle, click animation, and click skeleton, and then joint tool. We want to add our first joint, the hip joint, somewhere up here in the body. We do not want to add it along the crease. That's actually a beginner mistake. A lot of beginners will add the joint somewhere along the crease between the leg and the body. We don't want to do that. If this was actually a more complicated character where we had a smooth skin that covered the entire thing, it would look very awkward. You'd get a very strange bend. What you actually want to do is add the hip joint somewhere up inside the body, right about here. So I'm going to actually add mine. I'm going to add mine right here. That's a good spot for it. The next joint is the knee joint, and it's going to be located in the additional geometry on the knee, somewhere out front like this. The third joint is going to be, again, in the additional geometry around the ankle, and it's going to be in line with the hip joint. So I'm going to add it right here like that. Next, we're going to add the ball joint, which is going to go here, and this is the location that the foot will bend around whenever the ball of your foot flexes. A toe joint is going to go here. And then, using the up arrow key on your keyboard, I'm going to go up 1, 2, back to the ankle joint, and I'm going to add a heel somewhere around here like that. Great. With that finished, I'm going to go back to the top, the hip joint. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to rename these. I'm going to rename each one BN_hip_L. The BN stands for bind, which means I'm going to attach a skin to that joint. And the L obviously means it's the left leg. So BN hip, BN knee, BN_ankle_L, BN_ball_L, BN toe_L, and lastly BN heel. Some people don't bind the heel. I'm going to with this character. Heel_L. Great. With that completed, we're going to go back and we're going to select each of the joints again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to say modify freeze transformations. You wouldn't do this if you were building a stretchy skeleton. We are not. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look in the front view, panels, orthographic front, and we can see that when we built this skeleton, chain, this joint chain, it was created along the grid plane right here, and that's because we were in the side view and it built it right on the grid. What you want to do is select the top joint, and you want to translate it into the middle of the leg somewhere, right about there. Perfect. Okay. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to create the IK chain systems. We're going to go into the side view again, panels, orthographic, side. To create an IK chain, you're first of all going to go to skeleton. You're going to see the IK handle tool, and you're going to click on the little square box next to it. It's going to bring up an additional window. For the first chain, you want to make sure that it's IK RP solver, which stands for rotation plane solver. Make sure it's set to that, and you can close off that tool settings. The rotation plane solver is used whenever you're going to be using a pole vector, and you're going to understand what that is in one of the future videos very, very soon. So select the top of the hip, and then afterwards I want you to select the third joint down, which is the ankle. If you've done it properly, you're going to end up with a system that looks like this. So there's going to be a circle, and there's going to be an arrow pointing outwards. That means you use the correct solver, the RP solver. Next, we're going to rename this. We're going to call it IK_ankle_L. Perfect. Now we're going to add two more IKs to this. We're going to add one going from here to here and one going to the toe. So again, we're going to say skeleton, IK tool, and we're going to this time click on this again. For the 2 chain, which is only 2 joint chain, we're going to actually use an SC, a single chain solver. Okay, so select that this time and close the tool off. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the ankle and the ball. This time, as you can see, we did not actually get that circle. We did not get this time because it's not an actual RP solver. We're going to rename this. This one's going to be called IK underscore ball, ball underscore L. Great. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to add one more. Again, you can go to skeleton, IK tool, and you're going to go from the ball to the toe. To the toe. And when you do so, again, you'll get another IK handle. And we're going to name this one here IK underscore toe underscore L. Okay, that is actually all we're going to need in order to create our IK system on this character. If we take a look at it now, if I actually grab, let me go onto the window, and then to the, where is it, outliner. We got a new window coming up. If we take a look at this IK on the ankle, and we move it up and down, we're going to see that the leg bends at the knee now. And that's exactly what an IK system does. It creates a bend automatically in the joint chain that you've created. And that's the difference between IK and FK. If you have an FK system, a forward kinematic system, rotating the topmost joint will affect all the joints along the chain. They'll all follow it. So in that case, if I'd had an FK system, if I rotated this joint, then all the joints underneath would follow. In an IK system, an inverse kinematic system, moving the bottommost joint causes the rest of the joints in the chain to follow. So I can move this leg around like this, and up and down. Okay? So, in this first video, we built a simple joint chain for the leg, and we added the IK system as well. In the next video, we're going to take a look at building a control structure for this system. And the third one, if it's necessary to do a third one, we will add additional attributes to the control system. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was easy to follow. Try it on your own, and then go on to the next video. All right, everybody, if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to, leave a comment and tell me what you liked or what you didn't like. If you prefer one long video, let me know. I'm doing it like this because I didn't think anyone would really want to watch a 30-minute video on rigging. So, with that said, if you want to, leave a comment, tell me what you think. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe. Otherwise, you're going to miss how to finish your character off. You're going to have a character with no skeleton. All right, everybody, have yourselves a great day. Talk to you soon.